The night I cut the power, I didn't just walk away. I severed the line. One message, one spark, and the whole past went up in flames. As the glow flickered across my screen, I felt it raw, electric, alive. My hand shook as I typed the words that would end it all. We're done. No more money. No more lies. Goodbye. By dawn, their empire of guilt was nothing but smoke, and I stood in the ashes untouched. Free. Ever wonder what it costs to cut yourself loose from the people who built you? Here's how I found out. My name's Caleb, and for a decade, I was the silent gear that kept my family's disaster machine turning. Not the golden sun, not the savior, just the backup system that never failed, until I finally did. I was 23 when the calls began. Creditors, collection agencies, my father's voice trembling through the static, talking about foreclosure. Their condo was days from collapse. I was barely scraping by, fixing circuits by day, and sleeping in a single-room loft that hummed like a dying transformer. But when they called, I answered. I always did. I started covering their bills, cleared their car loan, even paid my younger brother Milo's tuition at some overpriced tech school that promised to turn him into the next Silicon Valley genius. He was the prodigy. I was the power supply. The first $8,500 I wired to them still burns in my memory. Grease under my nails, the smell of metal thick in the air. Dad said, "We'll pay you back soon, Caleb." That was 8 years ago. The money never came back. Meanwhile, Milo filmed TikToks in Vegas while I worked double shifts. My parents acted like I owed them everything simply for being born. When I mentioned buying a used motorcycle, Mom's eyes narrowed. You have that kind of money to waste? When I asked Milo about his projects, he laughed like I was speaking another language. And still I paid. Still, I wired the money. Until the night everything snapped. Thursday, 11:59 p.m. I was cleaning my tools when the group chat lit up. Dad's message read, "Caleb, we've decided you're no longer part of this family. Don't come around anymore." Milo responded with a thumbs up emoji, like my banishment was a joke. I didn't reply, didn't call. I just stared at the screen, the silence loud enough to crack bone. Then I typed back, "Fine. Every payment stops. Phones, tuition, cars, all of it. Send." 15 minutes of quiet. Then the phone exploded. "Mom, what do you think you're doing?" "Milo, you're screwing me over." "Dad, you'll destroy us. Fix this." I didn't answer. Instead, I logged into every account, every plan, every loan, every login I'd created for them, and one by one I shut them down. My hand steady, my heartbeat even, like someone finally flipping the breaker on a circuit that's been overloading for years. By 2 a.m., the calls turned frantic. The guilt, the rage, the begging, all of it flooding in. I cracked open a soda, leaned back, and listened to their world short circuit. They thought they could cut me out while still feeding on me. They had no idea I was the one keeping the current alive. But this fire didn't start that night. It started 7 years earlier, when I bailed them out the first time. $12,000 for a lien. Phone plans in my name. $15,000 a year for Milo's tuition. I just kept paying, silent, obedient, bleeding. They promised to pay me back. They never did. 3 weeks before they disowned me, I told them I was saving for my own workshop. Dad's tone turned sharp. "After everything we've done for you," Mom added, "you're abandoning Milo. You owe us more than this." But I didn't. I owed them nothing. Still, I gave them one last payment, $14,000 to cover Milo's final semester. Then silence. Then the message that ended it all. Afterward, I sat down and counted. Every wire, every transfer, every promise. 8 years of receipts. $142,000. That was the price of my loyalty. At sunrise, I sent them an email. Subject, your debt, $142,000. No explanation. No apology. Just the truth. Dad replied, "Let's talk, son. You're better than this." Mom went online, posting about ungrateful children. Uncle weighed in, "Shame on you, Caleb." But then my cousin messaged me. "They took $7,000 from my mom, too. You're not alone. And my grandfather, quiet as ever, sent a single text. Send me the totals. Don't stop now. That's when I realized I wasn't the villain. I was just the first one to stop dying for them. A week later, I got a call from Chicago, a probate officer. He said, "We're reviewing your grandfather's estate. You were listed on a trust, but the signature removing you isn't yours." My dad had forged my name. They'd stolen a $35,000 inheritance 5 years earlier, the same year they renovated their condo. They didn't just take my money. They took my future. My lawyer called it what it was, fraud. We filed. The trust reopened. The condo legally mine. They were evicted. Every lie, every forged document, every false promise exposed. I don't care about the dollars anymore. I care about the truth. They thought cutting me off would end me, but all it did was unplug their illusion. Now I live clean. No strings, no wires, just light. I'm still standing, still grounded, still free. If it were you, could you forgive them?